Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for joining. Thank you, thank you. Super excited about today's discussion. How's everyone feeling today? If you have any questions for Mariama, please drop them in the comments. Hi, how are you?
Hey, I think I'm
Can
still
you hear me?
connecting. Yes, I can hear you.
Okay, awesome.
Um, okay.
You're a little blurry here for me.
All right. Yes, I can see that. Let me try to. Yeah. Let me try to leave and come back.
Okay. How is everyone today? Thank you for joining. Mariama will be right back. She's just checking her connection. It's a little fuzzy right now. I hope you guys enjoyed your long holiday weekend. If you're in the USA, wherever you are, I hope you enjoyed your weekend nonetheless. Super excited to have you all here with us. Please, if you have any questions for myself or for Mariama, put them in the comments below. We would love to hear from you. All right, there we
Okay,
go.
I'm
How
back.
are you?
I'm doing wonderful. I wrapped myself in some handmade textile by my artisans, so
Yes, well
all I'm all the way in.
let's just get right into it. Tell us a little bit about this textile that you're wearing and why you chose this particular one for today's discussion.
Well, I chose this one because it's something that is, first of all, it's seen often in my native country, the Republic of Guinea. It's something that reminds me of the 300 women that our NGO are supporting in the Republic of Guinea. So for me, also represent the work of African artisans. And so instead of wearing a dress made out of this textile today, I decided to just wrap the textile because we are in Mariama Fashion Production. I want everything to be raw and different.
I love it. Well, you look fabulous.
Thank you. It's just a fabric wrap at me, yeah?
Yes. So where are you in the world right now?
So I'm currently in Ivory Coast in Abidjan.
Okay.
So I have been here now for the past 4 or 5 months. I'm stuck here for the COVID-19. I wouldn't say stuck because I'm very happy also. It's a choice, but I'm loving it very much.
Okay. Are you working on any projects while you're in Ivory Coast?
Yes, I'm working on a lot of projects, a lot of new projects that I hope to share with everyone, hopefully in 2021. Sometimes
Okay.
I like to drag things.
Okay, that's fine. So tell us a little bit more about Mariama Fashion Production. How did you get the inspiration to begin, and just a little bit about your story?
Yeah. So there is, first of all, there's no Mariama Fashion Production without There Is No Limit Foundation. So if we have to go behind, I would say that my first baby is There Is No Limit Foundation, an NGO that I started in 2008 with my little sister Aisata, which aim to sponsor women through entrepreneurship, to educate children, and bring health and sanitation. So from the beginning, we always believed in women, and we give them a small business loan. It was women who was making textile, and then we keep on bringing the textile back to America to look for the right designer to work with. And then, of course, after so many struggle, in 2008, we had a big break when we did a collaboration with Tory Burch, and it was so successful that I told myself, why can't I give the same opportunity to artisans all over the African continent? Because There Is No Limit Foundation is only women focused, yet in Africa we have so many talents. But of course, I needed to believe in something, needed to begin somewhere. So I think that's actually the birth of Mariama Fashion Production. But if you look at the Tory Burch collection, the rings weren't made by the woman; they were actually made by the male artisan. So it was all about like the testing to see how things were going to go, and then yes, that was really where we began.
Wow. Where does your love of textiles stem from?
Sorry, I couldn't hear that question.
Where does your love of textiles stem from?
From childhood, from childhood. So the love came from very young age because my mother family actually almost everyone make textile. My great grandmother used to be a textile designer, and I didn't find out a lot about this until when I was filming Dream Girl film. That's where when they interviewed my mom, and my mom said that, you know what you're doing. My grandmother used to do this, and she used to be popular by then. And but when I was young, obviously I used to see my mom making textile, my aunties, and my grandmother. This was like their way to spend their time. This was their way to to distract themselves after work, because they were all entrepreneurs. After work they come home in the evening, they make textile, but I wasn't allowed to touch it because it was dangerous for young girls to touch it. But I was watching, I was capturing it, so that's where really my love for textile come from.
That's awesome. So you truly are your ancestors' wildest dreams.
Yes.
And you've taken this and you've made it, your passion has become an international career for you. I'm not sure if you remember, but you and I actually met at Fashion for Development First Ladies Luncheon about 2 or 3 years ago. And I remember when I met you, you're just full of life, so captivating. You and Roberta, connected. I'm
Yes,
pretty sure
I
you ladies
remember.
knew each other before, yes. And
Yes.
I love that the network of women that are really taking the lead to support the creative talent that's coming from the continent. And so I personally want to say thank you. I've been working alongside Roberta for like 6, 7 years now, and it's just been a dream come true all the time. But tell me what you see, what one of the major impacts you have seen since COVID has been for you and your production work, and what you foresee being the solution and or the shift.
You mean like what was been an impact? I mean like what has really what is the problem for us? Is that what you're trying to? Because I think
Well,
very well.
impact from
Yeah.
COVID, and also a problem that you face, whether it's COVID related or not.
Yeah, I think for me, one of the impact really that one of the things that I see that is an advantage, I would say, basically is that the focus part, because when everything was okay, we never really got a chance to really look at our organization, our company, to change some stuff. We never really got enough chance to work one-on-one with the artisan because I was always on the go. I was always producing. So I think with the COVID, it really brings us more together because I am no longer traveling every other 2 weeks. Now I'm here with the artisan, so I can actually fix some of the things that need to be, fixed, and I can strengthen the organization, the image, and also bring even better training for the artisans. I think what the COVID did to us that is not as pleasant, I think, is like the loss of job, right? Us, like every other organization, the orders wasn't as much as before. We were in the middle of a lot of big production, and of course we have to like stop everything. And it was also the time that we have like our team coming from Europe and America to continue doing our natural dye workshop. So everything had to stop because they needed to move back, to go back to their native country because everybody needed to leave. But I think right now things are changing. I think after a while, the brands, they are starting again to come back to look for job. We just booked 2 new jobs, the past 2 weeks. So I think that's really good. It's a great sign. But of course, we have to keep going. We have to keep pushing because the artisans need us. Without our work, they can't focus. They cannot like survive.
Right. Well, congratulations on those two bookings. And did you have to pivot your business in any way as a result of the pandemic?
I have like a little bit hard time hearing you. Sorry, it's the internet.
It's okay.
Yeah.
Did you have to shift your business at all as a result of the pandemic?
If I had to shift it, I would say yes, but not much because the fact that I live in New York and my artisans are in Africa, we often always worked online with our clients, right? So I
Right.
think kind of like just emphasize that. It just showed me actually that we don't need lots, that we don't need a lot. If it's anything, I think it make it even more sustainable, right? Because there are some things that I needed to do before, like I'm not traveling as much, which is good, right? Like it's not many plane flying, which is good for our environment.
Exactly.
So I think if anything, it kind of like brings some plus to our organization. But again, it make us like to perfect our projects and to think ahead and more peacefully without rushing, and now we know really like clearly which way we want to go. And also it pushed us to prepare our artisans for future problem like this. And also it's a great way for us to, give the feedback to organization or government member that will ask us for some, experience that we are living, to tell them like, let's prepare better for the next time that we have something like this coming.
Absolutely. All right, this is my final question, and then I'm going to let you go.
Yeah.
What advice do you have for artisans and creatives that are making their way in the industry or trying to enter the industry right now?
I would say think sustainably. Do it now, because you are more lucky than we were. When we started doing the textile and everything, the world wasn't looking at Africa the way it's looking at it today, right? People didn't respect our textile the way they're respecting it now, and also we didn't have the chance to look at natural dye, right? Like things that we have around, because Africa, if you look at Africa, we always have been organic. We always use natural stuff. But at some point, people started to bring chemicals to our work. We wanted to do things very fast. I would say start thinking very sustainably. Start to look at the kind of natural dye that is growing in your backyard. Grow your own products, and then value yourself, educate yourself. Is so important. And find a great mentor. It could be me, it could be anybody, because I feel like in the beginning when I started, if I had somebody who could have guided me, maybe I would have been very far. If I would have even started to think from the beginning about sustainability and stuff, maybe my product would sell even more, and I would have been doing even bigger. So know your environment, know your product, think about your community, don't think about yourself, know your self-value, and really push the African textile. That's what I would say.
I love that. Thank you so much for shining your light. And to speak on the mentor opportunity, AFF actually is working on something that we would love to have you involved in if you are interested in mentoring. So we'll continue that conversation offline.
Yes. Thank you so
Perfect.
much for having me.
Thank you. You continue to enjoy your day, and we'll speak soon. All right.
Yes. Good
Bye.
kids. Bye.